Hello and welcome back to another lecture of integration. Last time we did addition and subtraction of integers. Today we are going to learn about multiplication and division of integers. Also we will look at some of the properties followed by integers. Now if you remember, last time we had learned about rules of addition and subtraction, and I had told you to remember it like remember it in a rhythm: plus plus plus, plus minus minus, minus plus minus, minus minus plus. Now if you look at it closely, plus minus, the answer is minus, but minus is not the answer, it is the process of what we do. The process in the addition and subtraction becomes the answer in multiplication and division. For example, in addition or subtraction, plus minus gives you minus, that is the process of subtraction. But here in multiplication, if there is one negative number, one positive number, if they are multiplied, that is plus into positive number into negative number, that is plus minus, answer itself will be minus. That means in the what was the process in the addition and subtraction becomes the answer for multiplication and division. Let us check. A into B gives you A into AB, because both are positive number, plus plus, answer is plus. Minus A multiplied by B, one is negative, another one is positive, so plus minus, answer is minus. A into minus B, A into minus B gives you minus AB, because plus minus minus. Minus A multiplied by minus B gives you A into B, sorry, AB, that is minus minus plus. Same goes for the division. We will also look at some of the examples. 3 into minus 1, 3 multiplied by 1, 1, plus minus minus. Minus 21 multiplied by minus 30. Minus 21 multiplied by 30, 3, 6. 21 multiplied by 30, 630. Now let us check the sign, minus minus, answer will be plus. So whether you write plus or not, do not write for that sign, it's by default positive number, as I had told you. What if there are more than two numbers? That is, like, how do I get to the answer if there are more than two numbers? Suppose the question is like this. What should I do? See, it will be a two-step process or simply a one-step process. We will do both the process. 2 into, first I will multiply these two, and whatever the answer I will multiply it with minus 4. 2 3s are 6 plus minus minus multiplied by minus 4. 6 4s are 24, minus minus plus, so answer is plus. Otherwise you can directly do 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 24, direct answer. What about the sign now? Now pay attention closely, plus minus minus, so answer of these two number will be minus. Now minus minus gives you plus. Understood? Let us take one more example. We will do a direct process. 3 4s are 12, 12 5s are 60. Now minus minus gives you plus, and then plus minus gives you minus. That is how we do it. So minus 60 is the answer. No matter how many numbers are there, you can still do the direct process or the process I showed you previously. Now, what are the rules for division? It's same rule as multiplication. Again, whatever the process was there, whatever answer we got in multiplication, regarding sign I am talking, the same answer we will get in the division. That is, positive number divided by positive number will be answer will be positive. Again same trick for everything, plus plus plus, plus minus minus, minus minus plus, minus plus minus. So, A divided by B gives you A upon B. If it is minus A divided by positive B, answer will be minus A upon B. This will be the answer, this will be the whole integer number itself. For example, minus 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 gives you 3, minus plus minus. If it is like this, 6 divided by 2 is 3, minus minus, answer is plus. Understood? So, same goes for these two also. Now, let us look at some of the properties for integers. Commutative property. Now, commutative means if I change the order, the answer shouldn't change, whether it is in addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. So, we will see which processes do follow commutative and associative property. Let us check for commutative first. Commutative basically means if I change the order, the answer shouldn't change. For example, if I do 3 plus 2, it should be as good as doing 2 plus 3. Understood? That is basically commutative property. So, for addition, if both are positive, for addition it won't matter. That means addition will follow commutative property. But for subtraction, there will be a problem. For subtraction, what will happen is, if I do 10 minus 6, answer will be 4. But if I do 6 minus 10, that means I reverse the order, answer will be minus 4. These two answers are same? No. That's why subtraction does not follow commutative property. Then comes multiplication. If I do A multiplied by B or B multiplied by A, answer will be same. Whether A or B or both are negative number or positive numbers, that does not matter. Let us check. Here in addition, it will matter if A is positive, B is negative, and so on. Let's check for addition as well. If minus 3 plus 2, or if I do 2 plus 2 minus 3, plus minus minus, so process is subtraction. 3 minus 2 gives you 1, sign of a bigger number, that is minus 1. Here also plus minus minus, process is subtraction, bigger number minus smaller number. 3 minus 2 gives you 1, sign of a bigger number, that is minus 1. So, in addition also, sign, if A or B or both are positive or negative, that does not matter. Now, multiplication. If I do minus 4 multiplied by 5, or I do 5 multiplied by minus 4, answer will be minus 20 for both. So, I can say addition and multiplication do follow commutative property addition and multiplication do follow commutative property in integers. In division, what will happen? Let us check. If I do 6 divided by 2 or if I do 2 divided by 6, answer will be totally different. This answer of this will be 3, answer of this will be 1 upon 3. So, both are not equal. So, Division does not follow commutative property in integers. Let us check for associative property now. Associative means if there are more than two numbers, two or more than two numbers, the grouping of two numbers, if I group different numbers, answer shouldn't change. For example, for addition, if I check b plus c, first I do b plus c and then add a in the answer, or if I do a plus b and then add c in the answer, or if I do a plus c and then add b in the answer should remain same. You can check for yourself as well. So it's same for associative as well, that addition and multiplication will follow associative property and division and subtraction does not follow associative property. Now distributive property is a property which we do not check for particular type of number, but it is a universal property. That is, if in the bracket it is like this, a multiplied by b plus c. So either I add these two first if they are addable, of course, then multiply the answer with a, or if I can do separately, set a multiplied by b first, whatever the sign is between there, then a multiplied by c. We will take some of the examples so picture will be more clear. Then comes additive identity. Additive identity is nothing but which number, identity means the value of the given number should not change. Which number is there which on adding to the given number does not change the value of the given number. There is only one number which is 0, which on adding to any number answer won't change. Yes, that's why it is called additive identity. Same way, multiplicative identity, which number is there which on multiplying does not change the value of the given number. Given number is a multiplied by which number, that is 1. So 1 is a multiplicative identity, 0 is the additive identity. Let us take one of the example for distributive property. How can we apply distributive property? Reverse. If this is given, we can do this process, or if this is given, we can do this process as well. Okay. Question is 26 multiplied by minus 48 plus minus 48 multiplied by minus 36. Now let us check which number is common in both the terms. This is one term, this is another term. Which number is common? Minus 48. Minus 48 is common, so it is taken common. We are applying the reverse. So minus 48 is common, remaining is in the first term 26 is remaining, then sign, then minus 36. Now whenever two signs come side by side, I cannot directly put minus 36 like this. I have to put a bracket. Okay. Now minus 48. Now 26. Again plus minus minus 36. Now remember last time's lecture, 26 minus 36. Plus minus minus, process of subtraction, bigger number minus smaller number. 36 minus 26 gives you 10, sign of a bigger number, that is 36, that is minus. So 48 into 10 will give you 480, minus minus plus. Here in multiplication, bracket means multiplication. In multiplication the process becomes the answer. Minus minus plus. Plus is not a process in multiplication, it is the answer. So this is how the distributive property is applied. Sometimes See, if I do 50 minus 2 first, it will be 48. 48 multiplied by 7 will be quite tough to do rather than multiplying 7 with 50. So, I will go for 7 into 50, then 7 middle sign is minus 7 into 2. So, 7 into 50, 7 5s are 35 and 0 minus 7 2s are 14. Now 350 minus 14 gives you 336. It is better than multiplying with 7 into 7 multiplied by 48. This process is better. That's how the distributive property is applied to ease the process of multiplication or division. Now I will give you some questions which you can solve on your own. It is very easy. And one more thing which you had already learned in the previous standard, we will revise again. 0 divided by any number gives you 0, but any number divided by 0 is not defined, beta, because you can never divide any number by 0, or you can write infinity as well. Okay. So that's it for today's lecture. In the next session we will start with the new chapter. I will put some extra questions in link in the description box, also material for you to refer, and we are referring this NCERT book. So there are exercises given to solve 1.1 to 1.4, which you can solve on your own after learning this chapter in the previous video and in this video. So I hope it was easy for you to understand. We will meet in the next lecture. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.